Hi, and thanks so much for joining me. Today we are talking about my March haul and favorites. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. So welcome to those of you who are new. I know many of you have recently subscribed. This is the haul and favorites. I do this every month. So it's kind of a roundup of my month in beauty. My typical posting day is Thursday, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, but I have been posting twice a week on Monday as well. It was a little bit late this Monday, but Mondays as well, just to get a little bit more content out there. I know that you are staying at home, so thank you for staying at home. This month's haul is a little bit different in that I don't have as much because I decided to put what I would normally spend, or part of what I would normally spend in my budget, towards charity. So if you were here, I don't even know how many videos ago, but kind of when this all started, I jumped in to let you know that the proceeds from that particular video would be donated to a global charity to help with what was going on. So I asked for some of your ideas, so thank you if you gave me an idea. And I found a couple, so we're gonna talk about those at the end. Oh, we also have some PR in here as well this month. It kind of goes in waves. Sometimes I get some, sometimes I don't. So this last month was the month I got a few things. So first thing though that I purchased is by Chanel, and I am probably the last person here to buy a Chanel blush, but I picked this one up in 68, and it's a little bit of a cooler blush than what I normally wear, and I got so much feedback from you about the blushes that you love, so I have some on my radar for the next time that I want to pick up a blush by Chanel. But they are just, they're so beautiful. They are probably amongst the best blushes I've tried, so I know many of you already know that, but it was new for me. Really beautiful. I did a whole like muted pastel pink look with it. Really just a very beautiful blush. The next thing I picked up was this bronzer by Chantecaille in Goa. And you know that I love the powder, which I also picked another one up of just because it was on sale. So I love that powder so much. And I know many of you picked up that powder based on how much I love it. So you are also loving it, which is good. So it's not just me, you are loving it as well. And the best that I can describe it is like, if you have ever looked at a marble sculpture and it has kind of like a smooth sheen to it because of the texture, that's what this powder is most like compared to other powders I've used. There's nothing powdery about that powder. A couple of people mentioned that the bronzer reminded them of that, the texture of the bronzers. So I went back and got one, and it has the same pattern on it. And this one pulls a little bit more on the red tone side, so I do want to pick up the other one to compare them, but it's really beautiful as well. I put a little bit on my forehead here because I don't know, it's looking a little bit bright up there, so I did add a little bit of that today, but that is beautiful as well. I think I would prefer something with a little bit more of like a warmer tone than red, so I am gonna pick the other one up at some point, but this is beautiful too. Then another Chantecaille. They had the honeysuckle available. I had been waiting for it to come back, and I found it on sale, so I did pick that up, and it is almost the perfect lip product for me because of the shade and because it's so moisturizing. So if you have not picked it up and you were wanting it, so if you are not in the position to be spending money on makeup, definitely save your money. If there is a time to save money, it's now. So just watch your favorite YouTubers and live vicariously through them for now. There will be other things on the market. There are always beautiful things on the market, so if you feel like you're missing something, it's okay. There will be other things to buy. Just enjoy watching the videos for now, and then maybe just make some notes on if you do get into a position where, again, you can spend that kind of money, then definitely just keep it on your list. Then we've got this terracotta matte sculpting powder by Guerlain, and I'm still trying to figure out the difference between this and the other ones that I have, because I have something like this, I feel like. So let me know if you know the difference, but it is a beautiful shade. It's nice and warm, which I like, which is one of the reasons I love Guerlain bronzers, because I love the tones in their bronzers. They seem to get it really, really right. So unless you don't like that kind of warm tone, then you won't like their bronzers, but that's what I prefer, so that's why I gravitate towards them. And I'm really interested in their product. So this is called a sculpting powder. So to me, sculpting powders are usually cooler, but this one is not. So I think of this more as a bronzer, but it is still really beautiful. Then we've got, oh, this is one of the things I picked up on sale because I knew I was going to use it anyway. It's the Clé de Peau Concealer in Mocha. By the way, I have mostly Clé de Peau on my face right now, so I will be posting a video on that if you want to see it, and including the very bright lip. Oh, this was my favorite out of all the Chanel things I've been using. In addition to that blush, is this eyeliner in Matte Taupe, because it's still provides a little bit of definition, but it's not so evident. So right now I have blue on, which you can see, which you know I'm wearing eyeliner, but with this, it's a little bit more subtle. So that's why I like it for every day, especially if you're wearing muted colors. This one is really pretty. If you just want everything to kind of look natural as possible, this is a great one. I love this one. Okay, moving on to a product that I saw come across on Instagram, and you know I love Color Science products. This is their Color Balm SPF 50. So if you have seen this, I was looking at the colors. It was hard to see online, but it looks like 2 out of 3 of them had more shimmer, and I didn't want shimmer. I just wanted some, like a color that wasn't going to be shimmery. So I picked this one up in blush, and it's the prettiest color. And I was just using it with the sunscreen, and then I just kind of swipe it on. It does a little bit of color correcting right here too, and it works really well, of course, with their Even Up product. So I love this one. I'm not using it on my lips. I think you can use it on your lips too. It doesn't, I don't think it really shows up on me on the lips, but for the cheek area, really beautiful. Plus the sun hits right here on my cheekbones, so it's another layer of sun protection. Really, really well done. This is one of those companies that's like SPF first, skincare first, makeup second. Some companies are makeup first, skincare second, and then they like infuse SPF in there. This one's the other way around for me, that they do SPF really well and then they integrate makeup into it. So I feel like sometimes when that happens, it's not done well, but this is done really, really well. There's nothing patchy about it. It goes on really smoothly. It melds with the skin. So I've just been swiping it here on my cheekbones and just kind of patting it in, and even just on these dark spots, and it's been really beautiful. So if you're interested in this, I recommend this color. Even on my color, you can see it really well with a medium skin tone. I thought it was going to be too light, and it is a physical SPF zinc oxide. So really, really nice product. They did this one really well. I also picked up a backup of a few other Color Science things. I picked up the Natural Pressed Foundation in Medium Sand. Oh, he has a little cover still on it, but this is the one I use. I also picked up a couple other staples from Color Science, Even Up SPF 50, and then the Total Eye 3-in-1 eye product. So this Even Up has a little bit of color to it. It has a pump like this, and you just pump it out. It's a little bit light for me, but that's okay. I'm willing to deal with it. And then this one has a little bit of a metal applicator. If you haven't seen this, you push it down, the product comes out, and you can just kind of swipe it under your eyes. That's also an everyday for me as well. So I ordered some more skincare at the beginning of March because that's when things kind of started to evolve, and I knew maybe I wouldn't be able to get out to get skincare, and that was more important to me than makeup at this point. So I did pick up my staples, which are, actually I ordered these. I didn't even go out to get them. I ordered them. Peter Thomas Roth Anti-Aging Cleansing Gel. So this is a chemical exfoliant that I use every day. I also picked up my toner, which is by Lancome. I got the big size because I always go through this anyway. The only danger of this is that if it topples over, which it has done once, half of it kind of got wasted because it ended up on the floor. But this is a really nice one for dry skin. I also picked up my Day and Night Cream by Philosophy. I still use this one. I really like it. It's the Ultimate Miracle Worker Night. And if you haven't seen this before, there's a little packet that comes in here of serum. It's concentrated active plant cell serum that you add in here, and you let it kind of dissolve those little caviar things, and then you mix it in. And then let's not forget Clé de Peau, my brightening serum. So all the things that I really rely on, I picked up because they were on sale, I think, at that time. And I haven't had to open them yet. Oh no, I also got one more essential thing. This one is especially because I'm not sleeping as well, so this helps a lot. It's the Bobbi Brown Extra Eye Repair Cream. I'm about maybe 3/4 done with one, so I just picked another one up because I know this is one of the other things that I rely on every day, so I apply it morning and night. Okay, moving on to a little bit of PR, and then we'll talk about the charities. So this was sent to me all the way from Sweden by Tindra. She is the CEO of the company. And she asked me if I wanted to try this out, no strings attached, and I said sure. So I love it because she's a small business, so I think whenever we can support small business, that's a great thing. But a little bit about this. So it's an overnight treatment. It dramatically transforms your skin. I haven't tried it yet, so I'll be trying it this month. Anti-aging birch tech hybrid rapidly restores a youthful appearance. It has firming Swedish lingonberry, which boosts elasticity and tone. Organic Swedish birch sap encourages strength and resilience. And cloudberry promotes a plump and smooth look. Those are all things that I'm interested in. It has 0.5% encapsulated retinol, which promotes skin renewal. It has 1.5% pure vitamin C and E for brightness and rejuvenation. 2% hyaluronic acid restores visible hydration and vitality. So it replenishes youthful brightness, radiance, firmness, and volume. It also counteracts the visible signs of intrinsic and extrinsic aging caused by environmental stressors and genetics. Thank you so much to Tindra for sending this to me. So this is the way I love to receive PR, is just to try out their product, have them send it to me, kind of no strings attached. And then if I love something, I will continue to talk about it over and over again, which you know, like with the Chantecaille powder, I was not sent that. I purchased that myself, and I don't think I've stopped talking about it since I bought it. So I really feel like, for me, I'm most comfortable talking about things that companies will just send to me to try, and then if I love it, I love it. Like I said, I will non-stop talk about something if I love it anyway, so I think it works out for both parties that way the best. So again, this was sent to me complimentary for testing purposes. And then I was sent some other items from Beautylish, one of my favorite companies, and of course these are complimentary for trial purposes as well. But they asked me if I wanted to try some things from Good Molecules, and I said, that's funny, I just ordered from Beautylish some Good Molecules items. So I let them know what I had already ordered and was trying out, and so they sent me a package of things that they thought would complement what I already had. So they sent the cleansing balm, which I've tried a little sample of it, and so now I've been actually using this every day. It reminds me a lot of the Clinique Take the Day Off balm, I think is what it's called, but it's a much, I think it's a less expensive price point. I'll have to check on that for you, but it comes with a little, it's a little grimy because I've been using it, but a little spatula, which I like, on the top, and then it has that, you know, balm consistency to it. So it does have, you can see I've been using it quite a bit, and I will be repurchasing this because it does a really nice job. I think for something like that that takes off initial makeup, it doesn't make sense to spend a whole lot on that. I love the Herborian one, but it's just, it costs a lot and it doesn't last very long. This one works really well with like a washcloth, so that helps it remove the makeup as well. They also sent me this cleansing bar, which I haven't opened up yet. So I just was reading, someone was raving about this. Let me know if you tried that, interested in giving that a try. They also sent a silicone-free priming moisturizer, and I haven't opened that either. So I will definitely be doing that. It says gently massage onto cleansed skin. When using sunscreen, let priming moisturizer fully absorb before applying. Okay, so interested to try that. The squalene oil. It's a lightweight facial oil that softens, seals in moisture, and regulates skin's natural oil balance. So yeah, excited for that. So thank you so much to Beautylish for sending those, again, complimentary for me to test. I will definitely test those out. So thank you again to Numi and to Beautylish for sending me those products. I really appreciate it. So one of the reasons you're not seeing as much new makeup is because I chose to put that money, which I would normally spend on makeup, towards charity. So I also have the video where I said whatever this video earns for the next, I think 8 weeks it was, would be going to charity, and I don't make that much on every video. So that already 100% of that is going to this charity. And on top of that, my family is also donating. So we will be putting $300 towards 2 charities. So we're going to split it up. So the first one is kind of in honor of my parents, as well as the other people in my family who are healthcare professionals. So my dad is a retired physician. My mother is a former nurse. And I have lots and lots of cousins and people like that who are in the health field. So when I think about those first responders not having access to PPE, things like masks and gowns and gloves, I just feel like we need to do whatever we can to make sure that the people who are taking care of us are also being taken care of. So that's why First Responders First is the first organization. It is through Thrive Global. So they, again, make sure that they have access to those things. They also think about other things that these first responders might need, like daycare for their kids, because when they go into work, they've got to have daycare, and without school, it's difficult to find care, especially if you don't have other family members to take care of them. So they also make sure other resources are in place for our first responders. So $150 is going to that charity. The other $150 is going to the United Way. So what they are doing on an international level, they are making sure that the most vulnerable have access to food, shelter, and information. So all of those things are things that they are taking care of. So I thought that was a really great way to go as well. So I just wanted to update you on where we were with that. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope this finds you and your family well. So thank you for staying home. Please take care of each other and stay healthy. And if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks.